The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Dom Strazzullo and Mike Lamazzo.
Good morning, everyone. Mikey boy, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, Tom. How about yourself,
Good,
Tom?
good. Welcome to the Sicilian Corner.
That's
Tom.
us.
It is us. We are broadcasting from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in beautiful Salem, New Hampshire.
Right.
Right above Two Guys Smoke Shop.
Yes, indeed.
And
it's a little cooler in here today.
Oh, last week it was brutal.
Awful.
Freaking brutal.
Yeah.
You can watch us on Facebook Live. You can listen to us on
all over the place.
Alexa, iHeartRadio. Watch us on YouTube. 980 WCAP in Lowell.
Sam Poulton does a nice job.
We're all over the place, So it's all good. A little later on in the show, we have a good friend of ours, Dom Strazzullo, who is the president of the Madonna del Soccorso organization, the Fisherman's Feast in Boston, which is, that's my favorite.
You know something? It is for me also. I just like to add something.
Sure.
Lucille passed away 4 years ago in June.
Yep.
I'd gone to the Fisherman's Feast. I was invited to go to help decorate the Madonna in the society. And I thought it'd be a good idea to get me out of the house.
Yeah.
So I went and, they bring out the Madonna. Well, at the Fisherman's Feast, that society, they have a ritual where they honor members that have deceased that year or family members, and they recognize them. And they're going down the list. There was like 4 people. And then all of a sudden, I hear Lucille Lamazzo.
Very nice.
And Dominic had some extremely kind words to say.
Yeah, no, they're good people.
I had to go up on the stage, and they presented me
with a
ribbon and some flowers. And
I'll tell you,
they asked me to march with them down to Christopher Columbus Park. I got blown away.
I'll tell you, you and I we have some history with them. You and I, we've actually emceed a couple of events there with the entertainment when Franco, what's his name?
Franco Corso.
Franco Corso. Now, whatever happened to him? I heard
he's still he's doing good. He's going to Italy. He's doing a couple of shows in Italy this year.
Why doesn't he stay in Italy?
How?
I said, why doesn't he stay in Italy?
What is it about you and Franco? There has to be something.
Do you want to go down that road?
Did he ever take a move?
Do you want to go down?
Did he make a move on your wife or something?
No. Do you want to go down that road?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, if you recall.
Yes.
If you recall.
Is this going to take long?
No, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. And you must have selective.
Said by a writer.
You must have selective memory because.
I do.
Okay. I'll put it in perspective. He stiffed you and I. Bottom line. He stiffed us.
I think the word stiff.
Okay. He beat us. He beat us for some money. How's that?
He could have handled it differently.
We gave him money. Let's break it down to.
Was this like a deposit?
Yeah.
Okay.
We gave him.
And we were doing a show.
We gave him. We don't have to get into particulars.
Well,
the bottom line
what are you giving a deposit for? Tell the people.
We
create a storyline.
Okay.
You're a writer.
We gave him a deposit. We gave him a deposit.
Yeah.
The show canceled, and he pocketed the deposit.
The show canceled because we canceled it.
Yeah. Why do we cancel it? Because ticket sales sucked.
Ticket sales, that's pretty harsh. They weren't up to expectation, is what you meant to say.
Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
The place holds 1,400?
1,460.
And we had tickets sold to me, you, Ellen, Lucille at the time, and 4 other people.
And Sal de
Benedictus. No, we had about, 200 tickets sold about a week or 2 before.
No, we had more time, but it wasn't a lot, and we were very.
The guys are stiff.
We were disappointed. We were disappointed.
But we asked him nicely.
He made a big mistake. You know how many gigs we could have gone? I'd have him booked all over Boston.
Yeah, he really, that was his faux pas. But let's move on. Yeah. Why cry over spilled milk?
You're the one that brought it up. I haven't said a word.
I did.
So this has been bothering you ever since.
Oh,
we're going back.
Just like a pin in my ass.
You don't forget nothing, huh?
Nothing.
How you feeling?
Much better. We got the booster shot besides.
Okay.
Ellen,
any side effects from it?
Ellen had some, not I. I mean, so far so good. We had it Saturday, so Ellen she got the temp, briefly, a little fatigue, but she's doing much better.
You want my theory on all of this?
There we go.
Do you?
Absolutely.
I think these pharmaceutical companies are creating these variants one a year so they can sell prescriptions and shots. That's what I think. This is big freaking money.
So you think that they're creating the Omicron?
Oh! Different strain comes out, you need another shot. You know how much Zordis they're making?
I know.
Come on, will you please?
Well, listen, we're done.
We're getting screwed.
We're done.
I mean,
we're done.
This is terrible.
The only reason, and I explained, the only reason we got the booster is because Thursday, Ellen, which was yesterday because the show's being aired on Friday. So yesterday, Ellen and I left for...
It's very confusing.
I know it is. Ellen and I, as we speak, as you guys are watching this, Ellen and I are now in Atlantic City.
And we're going to someplace really nice.
Yeah, we're excited. We're having dinner Thursday night, a steakhouse at Resorts. I can't remember the name of it. But Friday night, we're having dinner with our good friend Joe Orlando and Jackie Curiel.
Going to the Palm.
We're going to the Palm.
You know something? I'm proud of you. There's a side of you that I'm just starting to...
And ATS Communications is picking up the tab.
Well, it's deductible.
Although I have to tell you, David, I told Mallory, you're out.
You didn't.
Mallory's out.
Wow. No, you didn't.
Mallory
I don't believe that for a nanosecond.
Mallory will not be there. He and his buddy Chuck, they would rather spend the evening gambling at the casino, and I says, knock yourself out. So Mallory will not be there.
You make out like a bandit, no matter what.
6 instead of 8. That's all I know.
So 6. It's gonna.
Yeah. What's the number going to be, Mike? With drinks, a freaking martini's $25 or something.
Well, that's almost that everywhere now.
What's the bill going to be? Because I mean,
about $1,700
for the 6 of us. Yeah, that's we can call that a write-off, right, David?
Yeah, and then add another $340. Add $340 for a tip. So you're pushing $2,000.
He's not going to tip him.
Wait, is the tip included?
I'm sorry? No, that's the bill.
The tip is not included?
No, I'm going to say 17 with the tip.
Okay.
Because they're going to drink.
He's saying drinks.
I'll have 2 martinis.
He's going to drink water.
No, you won't have martinis. If you're paying for it, you'll have a glass of water. I know you. I know you. Oh, I can't. I'm having a little problem with my medication tonight. He'll drink water all freaking night long. Who are you bullshit?
No, but I tell you what. Ellen will not have a martini. She'll have wine because Ellen doesn't like to drink martinis in public unless other people are drinking them. She'll have a wine. I'll have a martini. Rico will have his scotch and soda. Elsie will have some girly drink. Orlando will definitely have a martini or 2, and Jackie Curiel, Joe's.
So the key to bring the price down is you encourage them to go to the bar first, and they pay. They get a couple of drinks. They're not going to want to continue.
See, that's
drinking.
A good point because Joe made the reservation. So if Ellen and I and Rico and Elsie get there conveniently late, and we walk into the bar, they will already have paid for their 2 drinks.
Absolutely. And they've already had a drink.
Right,
So
Chrissy?
you're not going to have to pay for the drink.
Exactly.
I'm glad
Or you try the other way. The option is like if you are there at the same time, then you tell them what you want. You go, I'll get the next round because they're not.
Or order the drinks and say, I have to go to the men's room. I'll be right back. That works.
My brother-in-law used to pull that with me all the time. I used to follow him.
We're looking forward
He
to it.
burnt me twice. 3rd time, I says, I'm going to go with you, Tony. I mean, I went in. I'm washing my hands. He's washing his hands. I'm waiting for him to walk out.
Never came back. I got to tell you one other thing, Mikey, about the obviously, we're going down there. It's a book launch for our new book.
Yep.
And we're really excited
Best
about
of luck
it.
with that, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, we're real excited about it. And we're going to be broadcasting the other show in front of thousands of people, which we're excited about on the Perkins stage.
So you're doing it live. Is that the show that's going to be on?
It's going to be airing next week. Next week it's going to air. And by the way, folks, next week, Mikey and I are taking next Friday off because we're going to be airing both shows taped.
Yep.
And we have kind of a cool show. We have the Bookie Show. For those of you that don't remember the Bookie Show, we have a dear friend who used to be in the accounting business, and we're going to show a repeat of that show. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
So that'll be next Friday. But what I wanted to say is this James Fiorentino, who Chrissy and David know who he is probably the foremost sports artist in the country. He's a young guy, 35 years old.
You say artist, he's a drawer?
No, he does oil paintings. His paintings go for anywhere from $20,000 to $200,000.
Tommy, who's the fellow that we have on with us? He used to come on with
Giovanni DeCunto.
DeCunto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I was trying to think of his last name.
James is making a special presentation to Rico on stage at the National. He did an oil painting
Of Rico?
of Rico's 1968 or 69 baseball card.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Is he going to give it to him?
Yeah, he's going to present it to him on stage.
David?
Yes, Dave.
Tom, does he have a time that he's going to do that at? Do you know?
Yes, it's going to be at 2:30.
2:30. Oh, so it's right after you're done then, right?
No, we're on air from 2 to 4.
Oh, okay.
2 to
So
4.
Just make sure we get a nice clean video of that baby.
Oh, listen, I've already spoken to the production people.
Okay.
We're going to have, and by the way, again, this is the other show, so we're going to do the whole 2
Okay.
hours.
Excellent.
So, yeah, we have a whole
Don't
production.
be hesitant to push your show.
I just kept my mouth shut.
No, Al. Oh, I mean, Tom, please. Don't feel one bit guilty.
Well, since you've asked it.
If he was Al, he'd be sitting here wearing the hat with the logo.
Yeah, what
on
the
it.
hell was that red hat? Do you want those hats? He's got a couple.
No.
He gave me 2.
Yeah, I'll take.
I want to go to Sicily.
Yeah.
Al, you got to get rid of the goddamn red hats. You got to go blue. Go something cool. Red. What the hell is that? Anyway,
out. Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to ask you, I'm having some problems with my drain at home.
Oh, I was about to say, send him to the doctor. We don't. What is this?
Really?
He's having some problems.
Do you have a slow drain in the house?
Sometimes in the middle of the night.
That comes with old age, Tom. You can't help it.
No, I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
Are you on?
You want me to say I do? Yes, I do.
No. You on city water, town water?
Yes.
Okay. Those of us that are on well water, we don't have the luxury of, we use septic systems.
Correct.
Riddex, I'm not knocking Riddex. It's extremely powerful. But I'll tell you, you can do something at home, costs you next to nothing to do.
Which is?
Get a half a cup of white vinegar.
Yep.
And a half a cup of baking soda. Stir it, let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then slowly pour it into your drain and let it set for about 20 minutes. Then rinse it. Tom, it'll open up here. Well, you don't have here.
What about Drano?
What did I just say?
You didn't say Drano. You said something else. Riddex. You said
Drano.
Riddex. Oh.
Same thing. They're all chemicals. They're harsh on your pool. They're harsh on your septic system pool. My God. But anyway, this is simple. The product's in the house. Bing, bing, bing. You don't have to go out. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, we've never had a problem with that.
No harsh chemical smell.
Yeah, no.
It really, it works. It works fantastic. Like I said before, for those people who have hair, the drain gets clogged up very easily. I know you don't have that problem, but when you use
Ellen has long red hair.
does she? The drain doesn't.
No, we
clog?
don't have a problem.
Really? Well, let's go. A lot of people do.
Yeah,
I
don't think we do. I mean, who knows? The hell do I know? But anyway.
Other than that, I just wanted to toss that out to you. It's a simple solution. It's a cheap solution. And it's as good as any product that you're going to buy out there.
Good.
Did I ever tell you the day I walked into Seal Lumber? I was having trouble with my washing machine draining. You know how it...
Yeah.
And water was starting to come up out of the pipe on the floor. So I says, I'll go down to Seal Lumber, right next to my house. I walk in there. I says to the kid, I says, what would you recommend? He says, well, how bad is it? I says, well, I'm getting water out of the pipe. He says, I got something for you. I walk over, and it's a plastic bottle about yay big, 26 ounces. It's got 3 X's on it. No name.
That was good.
3 X's. He says, put this in there, let it stay for about 20 minutes, and then flush it. You'll be all set.
Did you do that?
I did.
What happened?
The fumes almost knocked me out, so I ended up spilling it.
Of course.
Spilling it.
On the floor?
On the walls, because it's all, I have I'm going to call it a water closet, dryer, washing machine, and it's a separate room.
So what happened to the walls?
Steam come out of the wall. I thought it was going to go on fire, but the fumes almost knocked me out. I had to open the garage door.
Did it work?
No. I don't know if it did or it didn't, but I had to call the fire department. I brought them down because the smell I couldn't stand it. These guys come in, they put the hazardous mask on.
Did anybody go back to Sear Lumber?
No, I gave them my empty bottle, and he says, wow. He says, I don't know what's in this. Nothing on the bottle, nothing. It was crazy. But all my walls.
Isn't that against the law?
Everything just peeled off the wall. I had to have it all
done.
To
me, it seems like somebody may have broken the law.
A couple of drops etched. My washing machine fell on top of the washing. It took the enamel right off the washing machine. That's how strong this stuff was. These guys come in. They had something in the truck that they put down to absorb it. They were there for like an hour with me. I mean, I made coffee. I did.
Hey, listen, in a few minutes after the break, Dom Strazzullo, I think, from the Madonna del Soccorso, he's going to join us. But
their feast is
there's
coming
a great,
up in
and
three weeks.
After Dom is off, there's a great Facebook site for you locals in the Merrimack Valley. It's called Salisbury Beach. It's a great Facebook site. I joined it.
Who maintains it?
A guy, I think his name is Don Bulio, B-E-A-L-I-E.
Why don't we bring him in?
Well, I just got on the site, and the thing that I love about the site.
Oh, you just joined?
Yeah.
I think
they
I
have
will
some
too.
great images, great pictures of the Salisbury Beach, how it used to be, from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s into today. But the thing that I want to chat about later on is I forgot, and I had a place on the beach for years. I forgot how many food joints they were that we loved. So later on in the show, I want to talk about a bunch of them, one in particular. You remember, nobody, I don't know why, but remember Lena's?
Yeah, I do. Right at the corner.
Right at the corner.
Yep.
Lena's remember they had the big boxes.
Clam box.
With the clam
and
boxes.
the French fries.
Right. That was Lena's. But now Lena's is on the corner of
286.
286 and Route 1 in Seabrook. Yeah. And Ellen and I did takeout there about a week ago. Fabulous.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a restaurant, too. It's a sit-down restaurant. But, talk about bringing back memories. The fried clams, the fried haddock, the French fries with the
Which
vinegar.
you don't need a lot of.
No, God,
So you give yourself a treat.
Absolutely. With the vinegar, the white vinegar to dip the
French
fries.
Yeah. Brother.
So we're going to talk about some of the restaurants that existed back then, because I know that it'll bring back some memories for you too. Dom hopefully is going to join us. Is he with us? He will join us. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. And
Absolutely.
you know something, Mikey boy? We are in feast mode across the Commonwealth of Mass, right?
I hope it's a tradition, Tommy, that doesn't fade out.
We're going to talk to Dom about that because I have
older generation.
I have thoughts.
Really supported.
But it is my favorite feast in the North End is
We've had a relationship with
great guys.
Yeah.
The Fisherman's Feast, Madonna del Soccorso, And on the line with us, on his beautiful face, is Dominic. Are you the president or is Louis the president?
No, I am the president.
I'm starting impeachment proceedings immediately.
Yeah. We got rid of Louis, and I had to jump in. He was
again
running the ship into the ground
again.
Dom Strazzullo, president of the Fisherman's Feast. Dominic, welcome. Your feast.
Good morning.
Your feast to us, and actually to the members of St. Alfio, has always been a special feast. I know you're not as big as St. Anthony's, but your feast is just, well, let's put it this way. I've got 10 friends, all Italian, flying up from Florida to come to your feast. On Saturday night, right? All the guys from and their wives from
we're getting
from
together.
Florida.
We're getting together for dinner first, and then we're walking down and enjoy the festivities.
As a matter of fact, Dom, I may put the arm on you to say hi to them, if that's okay, because I know you're running around.
Sure. Absolutely.
In your spare time.
Know who they are, and we can. We'll take care of them. Absolutely.
No, that'd be great because they're good people, and they came several years ago, and they absolutely loved the feast. They said we got to come back. So we're gonna have dinner first at Barbara's restaurant, La Suma. And then we're going to go to the feast and enjoy the entertainment. So tell us about it. Walk us through the weekend, Dominic.
I will. You said we're not as big as St. Anthony's, and that is true. But within the last 10 to 12 years, we've been growing. We've been getting bigger. We have like 55 vendors coming in this year. We are jam-packed with vendors this year.
Wow.
And we're fitting them in with crowbars now. We have sponsors that are coming in from all over that just want to be part of us.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was looking at your sponsors list, and hey, hats off to who's ever in charge of going out there and hustling it because that's not an easy job. And whoever it is, I'm sure it's a joint effort with a couple of guys, but a salute.
It's a joint effort, and we did something new this year where we added a Friends of the Fisherman's Feast portion. And that's basically an online ad book. And we just did an online, we did a mailing out to a bunch of companies who want to come on and just be online, offered them social media presence as well as on our website. And it's generated a lot of publicity on that.
Just a quick question. You say you have an online ad book. You don't print an ad book anymore?
No.
Wow. That keeps your cost down.
Yeah, it was getting a little cost effective by how much we were charging for ads and then printing it and how many pages and getting everything situated. And now everything with social media or whatnot, it just seemed like this was a better idea to do where people would just send us the logos, put the logo on the web page. And what we also offer is on our social media pages to highlight them as a sponsor coming in or a friend coming into the feast. Either for a full year or 6 months.
Very good. Very nice.
Excellent.
Don, take us through the weekend.
You got it. So we start at 6:30 on Thursday with the blessing of the fleet. The Madonna will come out of her chapel on Lewis Street. She will process to the waterfront park. From there, we will do the blessing of the fishing waters. We don't have a fleet there anymore. We used to have a fleet way back when, but we keep the tradition alive by going down there and blessing the fishing waters. We'll then conclude with the procession back to her chapel, and then we stick to the theme of family night, where we have all our members gathered down our club, and we just reconnect with each other. And then outside, we bring in an Italian flair. We keep it Italian with Felicity and Friends, headed up by Angelo Venuto. So he's going to be doing his Italian. They're going to be doing their Italian songs, Italian medleys, and whatnot on Thursday night. Just to keep it. Thursday night's not really a big night, but this allows it to become a big night by bringing the Italian folk in and the Italian, keeping the Italian flair there.
Do you have the vendors open for business on Thursday night or partially? Or they are open. Okay.
Fully open. Yeah.
Okay. So people can grab something to eat.
Fully open.
Okay.
And they'll be open all weekend. So it's 5 to 11 on Thursday, 5 to 11 on Friday, 12 to 11 on Saturday and Sunday. That they'll be open all weekend. On Friday, we're going to start at a little early. We're going to start around 4:30. We're going to do our Carnivale parade. We have one of our members that builds floats like they have in Shaka, and we're going to do our Carnivale parade where we process through the feast with the carnival float. We'll have some girls dancing behind it. They'll go on stage and they'll do some dancing demonstrations later on in the night. And then we'll have Jimmy Gainey come on. He'll do some songs, and then we'll end that with Virgil from Vinyl Groove, who will local talent. Everyone loves him. Brings in a crowd. He'll do some disco favorites for everybody, and everyone will be up and dancing. It's a really good show and good time.
And what's his name? What's his name?
His name is Steven Virgilio,
okay.
And he heads up Vinyl Groove.
Yeah. Okay.
Saturday we start at noon. We'll have some cooking demonstrations. So all weekend we're going to try to do some cooking demonstrations brought to you by Bono Olive Oil as well as Lily Pasta. They will be presenting cooking demonstrations all weekend long on our main stage. And in between those cooking demonstrations, we will have a few acts. The big highlight on our Saturday night is our meatball contest. We started this about 4 years ago, and it took off like a rocket. We started with just restaurants in the North End. Last year, we had a hard time getting restaurants in the North End to participate, so we went outside of the North End, and we got a whole bunch of restaurants in. So now we extended it to all of Massachusetts, and we have restaurants coming in from Lynn, East Boston, Wakefield. We have Pocari's from Saugus coming in this year. We have a couple of North End restaurants coming in. Floramos from Chelsea, who won last year, they'll be coming in. So we have about 10 restaurants coming in. People can come down and vote for who your favorite meatball is. It's $10 to get in. You taste all the meatballs, and you have your People's Choice Award. We also have Wicked Bites coming in this year to be the special guest MC as well as special guest judges for the judges' choice of the meatball competition. So we're giving out 2 awards.
Dom, where does that take place?
That weather permitting, that's going to take place on Lewis Street.
Okay.
So it's a combination of Lewis Street and Fulton Street, right by our club, and also right by one of our beer gardens brought to you by Stella Artois. We have a new beer garden that we are displaying that's going to be a little bit more microbrew beer garden, staying away from like the Stella, the Budweisers, and whatnot.
Don, before you continue, I really do. I mean, Mike made a good point. I've got to tip my hat to you. I think we both do. You guys
and Brother Lou.
You guys on the marketing end of it have taken it to a whole new level. You've taken it into the 21st and a half century where you're covering the bases now. I mean, with the social media, with the sponsorships from outside of the North End, you guys have done a great job. So is there one person? Do you have a marketing committee? How does that work?
We basically it's 2 to 3 people that will go after the sponsors. But we do reach out to a marketing company that works with us. We do work a deal with them where they, bring customers to us. We'll talk to them, and then, we'll strike a deal.
Does that work? Has it worked with them, a marketing company?
Oh, it has. It has. We've worked with a marketing company in the past called the Event Shop, and they would bring in sponsors to us. And they would charge us. They would say, "Okay, they want to give you,
whatever
12.5, say, and you 20% goes to the company, the rest comes to us." So
it's a win-win.
What a great idea.
We don't pay the marketing company. The marketing company just gets money off of what we make.
Sure, like an agent.
So the more they hustle, the more sponsors they get, the more money they make.
Interesting.
Something. Great idea.
Great idea. All right. So what about entertainment for Saturday?
Saturday night, we're bringing back Felicity and Friends group, and now they're gonna switch. They're gonna go into a more disco and top 40 hits that they're gonna do. So they're gonna switch it up and go into more like today's songs or disco songs for the Americanis, if you want. That will come to the feast and keep them happy on the Saturday night. And then Sunday we have our big 9-hour procession. We'll start at 12:30. We'll go around all the streets of the North End. We'll visit all the societies in the North End. While we're processing within the feast, we have children's activities that are going to take place at between 1 and 2. Then we have the reminiscence going on stage. and then we have Street Magic, a cappella. We'll be going on stage to finish it all off. And then the Madonna will come home at around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we'll finish off with the famous Flight of the Angel. That is just a sight to see. National Geographic calls it a spectacle not to be missed. People come to see it. And when we came back last year off of the pandemic, we had our angel ceremony. Those streets were packed.
Wow.
People love this. And if you haven't seen it, you have to see it.
Dominic, can you just tell our listeners and viewers the history behind that, the Flight of the Angel?
So the Flight of the Angel was something that started in Shaka, Sicily. Okay. And they stopped it. And we picked it up. We continued it. It's been going on for quite a I believe, I want to say like the 1920s or 30s is when we started it. And I believe the first angel was a boy. Now we have all young girls that fly. And it's always the girl that flies is always either a daughter of a member, a granddaughter, or a niece.
Oh, great.
We have not gotten to the point where we have to reach outwards yet. So we have kept it all in house. We have kept it all family. So it's good. It's going on a good trend. And Lewis's daughter is going to be coming up very soon, maybe within the next 2 years, to be thrown into that mix. So
that'll be
it's
special.
a very exciting time in my family as well.
How many members are there in your society?
We have about 80 to 85 members in our society. That's including some lifetime members in there.
Good size.
But you guys know how it is. It's always the same.
It's called the 80-20 rule. It's called the 80-20 rule.
If that.
Right?
Got it.
Exactly. That's what it's called, the 80-20 rule.
You got it. We just spent this past weekend, putting up our lights. And, we're trying to get members to come down and help. And it was a hot weekend. So, I rented out an ice cream truck for 30 minutes to come down and give the members free ice cream.
Wow.
Try to get some guys down there to help out. It was a big hit.
That's good.
Just trying to get creative on trying to get some members down to do some work.
Don, we only have a few minutes left, and I want to add, Mike brought something up at the very beginning of the conversation, I think even before you came on with us. What is your thoughts about the future of feasts like St. Alfio, feasts like the Madonna del Soccorso, St. Anthony's? I have mixed feelings, and I've said this publicly, because, I hate to use the word millennials, but there's not a lot of interest behind us. I mean, we do, and we're fortunate. St. Alfio's fortunate because we have some great young people. But I'm talking about even behind them. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the future of feasts, not only in the North End and in Lawrence, but across the country?
We're in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. It's like, take myself, I'm 45 years old. I might have another maybe like 10 years in me to do some work and do what I have to do. The younger generation is there, but there's no interest there. Like when I was a kid, I grew up around it, and I just took to it like a fish would take the water. We have members now that want to join, but are they joining for the right reasons?
Right.
And this is what I'm trying to wean out as president. This is what I'm trying to figure out, because everyone's like, well, I have the name. The name can't, I have the name of the people that started the society. That's great that you have the name, but do you care?
You are
nailing it.
You're dead on. And I'm going to tell you,
brother.
I'm going to use myself as an example. And I think it's not a problem, but part of the issue is this. Dom, you're a second or third generation Italian, as I am, as most of the members in both organizations, full-blooded Italians. Now, not for whatever reason, as time goes on, the ethnicity gets watered down. It gets diluted through marriage and all of that stuff. And I'm going to use my kids as an example. I have I have 4 children. I have one daughter and her husband and 2 grandchildren that embrace the Feast of St. Alfio. Okay? Now, I have another daughter who lives in California who does too, but they live in California. The other 2 couldn't care. They couldn't care. They have no interest in it. If they're visiting for the weekend, they'll come, stay an hour and a half, and be on their merry way.
And I think that's the reason why every year, if you look and see what's happening in Massachusetts and New England, you see at least one or two feasts that are not in existence. That they're doing processions. You've seen it in the North End in the last 20 years.
Right, Dom?
I mean, we used to have a feast every single weekend almost.
Am I
now
wrong?
it's procession.
So, the question is, I guess we have to figure out how to keep the fire lit.
I think they're onto something with the social media.
Absolutely.
And that's important.
Well, you guys,
I couldn't get over how many sponsors.
Yeah, but Tom, you guys have a big advantage that St. Alfred doesn't have, and I'll tell you what the advantage is. The North End, you have, of the population of the people that attend the feast, how many of them are non-Italians? Probably 80%?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
That's a good shot.
It's going to be 80%, and people that live in the North End, students, business people, right?
As we've gotten older in the years, that percentage has gone up. It used to be all neighborhood people.
See, we don't have
neighborhood people aren't there anymore.
Exactly. See, we don't have a neighborhood. That's part of the problem. We don't have a neighborhood.
You also have an advantage. You have an advantage because there's only you. We have all these feasts.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That are, attacking the same people.
That's a very good point.
You only have you. So I look at you guys and I think the same thing. I'm like, oh, you have a great advantage over us.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Well, since 1912, man. Since 1912. Congratulations.
You guys mean a lot to us. You guys know what your organization means to us. There's a lot of history there that goes back. 30 years now.
Easy.
30 years. I don't even know if this is before your time, Dom, where we actually bought some of your lights. Oh, no, we sold you guys some of our lights because we had got new lights. You guys bought them and used them. Just the days of back to Joe Cat.
Yeah. Well, now we're taking something from you because I see how you put your poles in the ground, and we're trying to do that now. So
excellent.
I'm gonna be talking to a few of your members to try to figure that out for us.
All right, listen, we have a new president, Tony Palmisano. I don't know if you know Tony. Tony's
outstanding.
Tony's doing a phenomenal job. He's got energy. He's if anybody can take us to this level again, Tony can. Your website address.
Fisherman'sFeast.com.
All right, brother. We love you, and we will see you at the feast. I'm going to look you up. I want you to say hi to my New York friends.
You got it.
Absolutely. Don't be a stranger. We'll always talk.
Take care, Dominic.
All right.
Dom Strazzullo, president of the Madonna del Costa. Great guy. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back. I want to get back to the food at Salisbury Beach because I know you have some memories, especially under the frolics eating hot dogs. We'll be right back.
What is
Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.hbbeef.com. www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. Just another programming note that next week you will be watching a repeat show, but it's one of our better ones.
Wow.
It's a nice one. It's about a friend of ours who, I guess we don't have to use the word accountant. We can say he was a bookie at one time.
Yeah, he was a mathematical wizard.
He was.
Yes.
He almost wound up in college at Penn State.
He would have done quite well.
He did. He did. The judge did say to him,
"Yep,
if you have one more
One
chance,
more chance, that's it.
Not, we're going to admit you to Penn State."
There you go.
Right?
And the family was very proud.
Oh,
I mean, it goes without saying. You know,
used to make me
my little boy is making it big.
Used to make me sandwiches every day. Every day. Great sandwiches. The best sandwich maker in the city.
You don't find anybody.
His inventory was a little light in the store.
You think? Most people would buy by the case.
Yeah.
He bought by the can.
Or by the roll.
By the roll, too.
Toilet paper here. Toilet paper here. One roll. All right, listen, let's go back to Salisbury Beach.
Yeah.
Some of the great food joints, and for our viewers and listeners, type in your little comments. One of my favorites, remember Margot's?
Oh, sure.
Margot's was a Lebanese joint 2 doors down from Tripoli's, or in between Tripoli's and Christie's.
They had the lamb on the stick with those French fries.
Oh, they used to have what you'd order lamb on a stick. So what they do is they have the Syrian bread.
They were Lebanese there.
Lebanese. Hire the Syrian bread. Then they take a handful of fries, French fries, put it on the bottom of the Syrian bread, and then layer the whole thing with lamb kebab and roll it. Oh,
boy,
phenomenal!
You bringing back freaking memories? To
phenomenal.
Me. That was my favorite. I loved it.
And then obviously everybody liked Tripoli's and Christie's. We're not going to talk about them.
And they're still there.
And they're still there. You remember Joan and Linda Pizza?
I do not.
Joan and Linda Pizza.
Where were they?
You know where the Frolics is?
Yeah.
Directly across from the Frolics, right on the corner.
Okay.
His name was Dominic. His wife, and it was Dominic, I can't remember his last name, his wife and her sister. And they had a big pizza joint. And they used to go up against Tripoli's. Their pizza was not as good as Tripoli's, but where they really hit home runs with, the corn. The corn on the cob.
Oh, that's the place that had the
corn on the cob? Yeah, the corn on the cob. They used to kill it.
The name, sure.
Kill it with the corn on the cob.
Now, you were almost directly across the street from them,
we were in between. Yeah, we're right next door to the Frolics.
Yeah.
Right next door to the Frolics. But
I can tell by looking at you, you really have fond memories of Salisbury Beach.
Great memories. Great memories. That's why I like this site on Facebook called Salisbury Beach. It's really cool. Leaners, we already talked about Leaners.
What's the site against for our listeners?
It's called Salisbury Beach. It's on just called Salisbury Beach Facebook page. Salisbury Beach. Is it Salisbury Beach or Salisbury Beach Memories? Either or. Just type it in and you'll get to it. You remember Tony's restaurant?
I must, but I don't remember.
Tony's was the only legit restaurant at Salisbury Beach. And Tony's was...
Oh, it was when you sat down?
Yeah, it was on the same side as somewhere in between Tripoli's
down toward
and Christie's. Right there in the middle there.
Right, the beginning.
And it was Tony Teresi, I think, owned it. He was a cousin of my father. And he had great spaghetti and meatballs. That was the only thing. The rest of the stuff was, beach stuff.
Yeah.
But his spaghetti and meatballs were homemade. So every Sunday, I would have my Sunday lunch before at 1 o'clock.
Really?
I take my lunch hour and go to Tony's and have spaghetti and meatballs on Sunday afternoons. Really,
unbelievable.
Really, really, really good. And then, of course, there were a zillion hot dog joints.
Penny arcades.
How about the cotton candy guy at the corner? Remember him?
Yeah.
Down by the Dodgems, right?
Yeah.
He.
Who used to give me the heebie-jeebies, and it has nothing to do with restaurant, is the fortune teller, Jean.
She was a dear friend of mine.
Was she?
Very dear. She
Stuff
was,
like that gives me the... I don't understand it. I don't want to know nothing.
First of
but
all,
I wouldn't walk by her stand. I'd walk over to you, like where your place was, and walk by the Frolics, then come back.
She was like a second mother to us. She was like a second...
Did her daughter take it over?
Yes. Her daughter's name was... what the hell was her daughter's... I'll think... Sally. Her daughter's name was Sally. Now, her husband was Larry. Remember the cigarette game? Larry ran the cigarette game right across from her, and Larry Miller.
What the hell was the cigarette game?
You put your money on a number. If your number came up, you won a package of cigarettes, depending on how much you bet, or a carton of cigarettes. It was just cigarettes. That's all it was. Oh yeah.
That would go over well this.
Tom, is this the website?
It is.
Okay.
It's
Salisbury Beach, Mass. M.A.
I think that's it. You have to scroll down, David.
It says Salisbury Beach during the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yes, that's the one.
Old school pictures, videos, and more.
Yep, that's it.
It's a private group.
So what is it again?
It's just called Salisbury Beach, M.A.
It's good. It's good. But just a quick story about Madame Jean.
Yeah.
So you understand what it was all about. It was the carnival. And she was very good at it. She was very personable. She was a sweetheart of a woman. She used to feed us. My ex-wife, Chrissy, she, one afternoon, Saturday afternoon, Jean was not feeling good. So
don't tell me.
I was in my arcade, and Chrissy happened to be there.
Does the turban fit her?
Barely. She said to my ex-wife, "You got to take over for me because I don't know what to do." She says, "Come on, I'll give you a." She in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, took her behind the curtains. Right. My ex-wife comes out with a little thing on her head, and she sat there. And she actually read someone's fortune.
In New Orleans, you got them, quite a few of them. Let me tell you.
Oh, I'm
they
sure.
bother me. They bother me.
Well, I
don't
was
want
there.
to know the future. I don't believe in it.
Do you remember across, where Lena's was at the corner? Sure. They had the big clown sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there the night that burned down. We all closed up at 11 o'clock at night, and the building caught on fire.
Wow.
And it was like legit, besides the fire department being there, all of the carnies, the people that
Everybody was helping out.
With buckets of water.
That's something.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was an amazing night. They had the place all roped off. There was some funny situations there. But anyways, there was some great memories at Salisbury Beach between the games and Shaheen's and
everybody. So many people love Hampton. Hampton
never did it.
Hampton Beach to me, the sand.
Yeah, never did.
When the tide comes in, you got nothing. I
agree.
But as far as the center, it's always been very vibrant. There's always all kinds of activity.
Well, I mean,
whereas Salisbury kind of slid.
Yeah.
Now there's some big plans to.
Right. I mean,
but they're trying to make it like a residence.
Well, Salisbury Beach,
yeah.
right? Salisbury Beach has evolved.
No question.
I mean,
much better.
Salisbury Beach from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s into the 70s was hugely vibrant. I mean, a Saturday night.
I'm agreeing with
Saturday night, there'd be 10,000 people there.
Oh, easy.
Walking the Midway. And then as they got into the 80s, things started to slow down. 90s were actually bad because everything kind of went to hell. But now, because of Atlantic Hospitality, not Atlantic, but SPS, they really have done a great job in its building. Again, it's not going to be the same.
No.
But it's going to be vibrant, and I think it's going to be I think it's
bringing
really
back the merry-go-round and all that. That's all important to a lot of people that remember it.
Mike, I can't even stress how important that is. I mean, that merry-go-round, the original, as a kid, I mean, that used to be a treat. And next door, remember the Dodgems?
Sure, I loved it.
Do you know the Dodgems?
No head on. Right.
You know where they were invented?
Yeah.
In Lawrence.
In Methuen, right?
Methuen. They were invented in Methuen, the Dodgem company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two brothers.
Two brothers. Anyway, good memories at Salisbury Beach. Of course, the Frolics had some of the greatest entertainment.
Yeah.
David, I was just on that site, as a matter of fact. There's a great picture of the Frolics at its height. And I don't know who the entertainer was there. It was like a real high-end nightclub.
Oh, is it really?
And sitting
you
yeah.
have no idea.
Sitting at a table, Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra.
It was a place to be.
Billy Martin, Whitey Ford. They're all sitting there drinking. I don't know who the entertainer was, but I mean, you would get Sinatra, Dean Martin, Liberace.
Is that building gone now?
Yeah. It's torn down. It's torn down. It was right next door. When I was there, when I had the place there, they were bringing in people like
Fats Domino.
No, like Aerosmith.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they were
So
just
the
starting.
70s.
Yeah, 70s.
So did you guys have, when you were kids, did you guys have a specific week that you went every year?
We had a cottage at the beach.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we had a cottage.
Right.
So we were there. But my father would give us, on Friday nights, we'd go on Friday nights, he'd give us $1 a piece that we could spend, which you got a lot out of $1. I would buy, same thing every week, a slice of Tripoli's pizza for a quarter.
Coke in a glass.
A Coke
and a bottle.
for a quarter, which left me 50 cents. I'd go into the arcade, and I would play 50 cents worth of pinball. So I would play either the 10-cent games,
good memories,
10-cent games, or 5-cent games, which are the older ones. And that's what I would do. All right, Mikey. Yeah, listen, we're not here next week.
Peace.
Don't forget, though, we have a nice repeat show to our viewers and listeners. Thank you all, and thanks to Dom Strazzullo, the Fisherman's Feast. And,
Great bunch of guys.
With that being said, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Have a great week.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.